During my walk with God, there have been many times that when I look at the Bible and read it, all I see is simply just pages that are written on a book. But last night, I had to remind myself that these are more than just words that were written on pages and then turned into a book, but these are words that came from the living God who created heaven and earth, and that these words are alive and that they are powerful. God gives us glimpses of what He's able to do through His Word. And while His Word is a valuable resource for us to use to get to know Him, it's not the only way that we can know Him, if that makes sense. Because I've come to believe that God can't just be enclosed in a book, because I believe Him to be a vast and infinite being who has way more layers than could ever just be recorded and written down, especially for humans to understand. And what I want to pitch to you and myself is that we shouldn't limit God to just what we read in a book, but we should take what we read in the Bible and allow that to build our faith, knowing that we have a God that could probably do so much more than what we've seen Him do in the Bible. Because while we've seen many great things, again, God is a great and vast and infinite being who can do more things beyond our comprehension. That the Bible is, if anything, just giving us a taste of God. Because even the Apostle John said at the end of his version of the gospel that we don't know everything that Jesus was able to do in His ministry. That everything He did, we don't know. And if we did, there wouldn't be enough books in the world to record whatever He did. And that just speaks to me saying God is much more than we could ever imagine. And He really cannot be contained in anything. And doesn't that make your faith build even much more? Knowing that even if you read the Bible front to back, not everything in the Bible can truly tell you who God really is and what He's capable of. And now I'm just kind of realizing that, yes, well, we should take these words and believe in them and the authoritative power they have and strive with it, producing the fruit of the character of God in not only our lives, but in the lives of others. We should simply just let that be the foundation, trusting that God can do so much more than what we already believe He can do. And I believe that that's probably why God tells us all we need is the faith of a mustard seed. Just believe a little bit in what you see me do now, so that as I grow you and build your faith, you can even take strides to ask me to do something that you probably don't even know I can do, but you have the faith to believe that I can do it. Because the more we get to know God and really have more of an idea of who He really is and more of what He can probably do, the deeper and harder His words hit us, the more power we see it has. Because these are the same words that were spoken by the God of the universe who created heaven and earth, the one who prophesied of a coming of Messiah that would take away the sins of the world. And even in His words still has way more meaning and revelation that we can uncover. So even the Bible in itself is infinite, but the one it's talking about is even much more infinite and that much more great. And the point I'm trying to get across in this video is to try to get your mind, in my mind, to expand who God is and what He can do. And that His word always holds true in every single circumstance. God's word passes to each generation and fits into each generation. Not saying it conforms to this world, no. But it actively transformed the world and the people that inhabit it. And there's going to be times that when you don't read the Bible, it's going to be important to know who God is anyway, and to not mislead you or contradict you. Yes, God is His word. God sounds like His word. But there's also more to Him than just what we read in the Bible, which is the point I'm trying to get across. And I simply just want this video to increase your faith that God could do even more than you could imagine. And I'm pretty sure it says that in His word somewhere too. And just to kind of remind you, God has a great plan and purpose for your life. Everything that you're going through is simply for him to prepare you and build you for what he has for you. And again, the Bible is an example of that, because people who were faithful in following God had to wait years for their promises. And as I also read today in Hebrews 11, there were people that didn't even get to see the promise in their lifetime, but they still had faith and still trusted in God anyway, because they knew God would fulfill the promise anyway. And that's just what we learn from the Bible to take and stride with, to have a better idea of our Father who art in heaven, who created us and loved us and said he will provide for us, take care of us, that he will carry us. God is limitless, he is vast, and he is more than we could ever truly comprehend. So I hope this video helped you and edified you in some way, shape, or form. And if you feel like it did, consider subscribing so this channel can grow and it can reach more people, or even share it to whoever you think it may help as well. I hope you have the greatest of your day, night, evening, whenever you may be watching this. And until next time, God bless.